Hey everybody, Megan and Steve here with Hustling for Excellence. Welcome to our channel. If you are new, please be sure to like and subscribe and click the bell below so you are notified when we post content. Today is all about the law of attraction, but not what you think the law of attraction is.
Yeah, right. I mean, law of attraction, I know you see it all over, and sometimes I feel like it gets this really woo, bad, what's that? Like a bad connotation for law of attraction, but it's not. Today we're really just talking about energy, and a good example is just being around folks who have a lot of energy. This guy, right? And so kind of the whole idea of, you've been into a room, you go to a party, you go somewhere, and it's like you have the certain crowds, right? Like there's just the folks that people are gathered around and they're telling the stories and they're having a good time, but then you got the other people who are just kind of like, you didn't even know they were at the party, right?
But everyone seems to be attracted to that really energetic person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of, another way to look at the law of attraction. I know if you've seen the movie The Secret, they kind of talk about it and make it seem like this mystery, this type of like far out type of thing, but really it's not. I mean, we are attracted to folks and people that are, energetic. You see it all the time. That's why, sporting events, they start the wave or they try to get people going. It's just one of those upbeat type of things. You've all heard the word of charisma, like, oh, that guy has great charisma. That girl, she can really, run the room, all those type of things. And it's just like, yeah, absolutely. I love folks with high energy and I'm attracted to folks with high energy, right? So it's kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit and about how you manage your energy and how you show up for, whatever it is, your family, your career, those type of things. See,
absolutely. You want to look at yourself and rate yourself on a scale. If 0 is nothing and 10 is like the highest energy you've ever had, where do you fall?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're honest with yourself and you're falling, maybe around the 5, 6, maybe 7, would you want to hang out with someone with that kind of energy? Or do you want to be up here with people who are 8, 9s, and 10s and have all the energy in the room? It's kind of like dating. If you're a 10, are you going to date a 5? Probably not.
No, definitely not.
But so with the law of attraction and energy, you can kind of think about it like that rule about the 5 people around you is your income. Same kind of thing. If the 5 people around you, closest to you around you, are energy level 5 and you are a 10, you're probably gonna dive down and end up at that 5 level, maybe a 6 or a 5, and that's just gonna crush your energy. You want to be up there hanging with the people that are 8, 9s, and 10s.
Yeah, absolutely. I find that, even though we may go somewhere and we have a lot of energy, there's folks that are definitely drawn to that and they want to be around, but then there's folks that are like, that's too much. How you guys have so much energy? It's whatever time of the day and we've all got, done work or whatever it is, and how do you still have that energy? And it's like, I don't know. It's just like how we go but again, that's not everything, right? There are things that I would say we don't like and we don't get into. So we try to kind of like just remove ourselves from that situation if it's not something that we really want to be 100% committed to. So, because I always felt like I don't want to be a fake when I show up somewhere and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here. I'm like, so for me, it's like, if I'm in, I'm all in. If I'm not, then I just won't, it's not like I'm not going to participate in I'm taking my ball and going home. It's just like, I don't want to ruin the vibe and the energy of the room for the people who are really enjoying it, just because maybe I'm not into it.
So let us know, what is it that you do to control your energy or bring your energy back up? We've got a few tips for you. The first thing you need to do is you need to change your state.
Yeah.
So if you're sitting, get up, jump around, take a walk, move, do some push-ups, something to get that blood flowing, and that'll definitely bring your energy right back up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that whole idea of motion creates motion, right? It's like you see activity, you just feel good. Something I don't know. For me, it's, I can drop down, do some push-ups, do some air squats, do some lunges, walking around the room, go outside for a walk, and it's just like, I don't know, just get the oxygen in the lungs, the blood flowing, and you're like, all right, I feel good, right? And get back at it. So
yeah, definitely.
Changing your state with something physical for me works really well.
And if you're limited by the physical, you can always jump into a Facebook group that helps bring up your energy or brings up your state, puts you in a more positive mood. That's definitely going to, usually if your energy is low, you're ending up in a negative state or negative emotion. So that's where you want to raise yourself out of that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. The other thing I actually really enjoy is if I can't get out because, whether, you're in a meeting, you're somewhere, you're driving, you're just kind of a little tired, it's like, I love music. So I put on some awesome music, usually something older, right? That's kind of like some rockin' music that I used to listen to back in the day or whatever. And it's like that just gets me going, takes me back to when I was at a show or a concert somewhere. And it's like, Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be this long process to get your energy, up to par, we'll say, but it's just like, yeah, you can get yourself pumped pretty quickly.
As Steve said, if you're sitting in a meeting, or maybe you're in a library somewhere that you have to be a little more quiet, you can simply raise your energy level by doing some deep meditative breathing. Just those big deep breaths in and letting them out. You do that 5 times, and that's not only going to bring oxygen to your brain, which is going to increase your mood, but it's also going to allow you to reestablish your state.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, and these are all things to do for, like, when you're feeling a little sluggish, a little tired, but now if you're chronically tired and there's something going on, like, then you have to look into it a little bit deeper. How's your sleep patterns? There's a lot. We could do another video about that, because sleep is a whole other science, right? Of, you need to recover from everything you've done throughout the day. It could be your diet, right? A lot of things that we eat or drink are not so great for us, so that can mess up with your sleep patterns. But yeah, just for those days when you might be feeling a little tired, or you're not, you need to be at your best. You don't want to show up at a 6 or a 7, but really that's the way you're feeling. You need to raise it to a 9 or a 10. Is the Tony Robbins talks about that, the power move, right? And I think even Harvard did a study and kind of said the whole power move idea. So I know, do you want to show them kind of what you do, or?
No, go ahead.
No, so for a lot of folks, right, that power move could be whatever. But I know for me, it used to be like I just hit my chest, and it's like, kind of make a flex move, and it's like, for me, it's like the Superman pose is the other word I've heard it. So, but that's kind of something that gets you into a state like you talked about initially, change your state, and that was kind of the whole principle. So, something quick, easy, and obviously you got to be careful where you're at, right? You can't be like Meg said. You might be in the library. You don't want to start pounding your chest, but people think there's something wrong with you. But you get to the point where you actually can kind of just do it mentally, and you're just like, you pump yourself up, and you're good to go. Yep,
and like Steve said, if you're at that 5 or 6, you can't fake energy. So if you think you're going to try to fake a 10 to bring up your energy, that's not going to work. So that's why you definitely want to, figure out what works for you, whether it's one of the tips that we've provided, or maybe something that someone is going to leave in the comments here, or you found something else along the way. That's what you want to do, because you're definitely not going to fake your energy.
So what's fake energy? Do you mean like drinking Red Bull, or having like 10 cups of coffee, or is there something different? Do you mean I'm not sure.
Well, that could be it. You definitely don't, especially if you're lacking energy because of a poor diet, Red Bull is not going to help. You're just going to have a big crash right after.
Right.
But it's kind of like that, the fake it till you make it. People say you can pretend to be something you're not. You really can't pretend with energy. Either you have it or you don't. And people are going to see that if you're trying to fake it, they can feel that energy or not lack of energy coming off of you.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. It's that's a good point. The fake it till you make it. I know that was popular. I never really, kind of like, I've heard the term in the military, false motivation is better than, no motivation. But yeah, it's always better just to bring your real self. So
yeah, so leave us some comments. Let us know where you at on that scale. Are you a 2? Are you a 5? Are you a 10? And if you're not where you want to be, what are the tips that you're going to use to elevate your energy and get where you want to be? So let us know. Leave us some questions too if you have those also, and we'll get back to you. Continue to hustle for excellence, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have a good one.